All right. What's up, everybody? Gamescom is like 30 minutes away. So I thought I'd play some Infinite gameplay in the background and talk to you guys a little bit about what your expectations are and go from there. I know a lot of people are waiting for the release date. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be a thing or not, but we'll have to see. If we're just now joining in, what's up? How are you guys doing? Let me know if the audio sounds good. Let me know if the video quality is good. Like I said, I think what we're gonna get today is something that we might get, like a trailer, you know, something to go along the side of a release date, if there is a release date. Like, I'm being pretty cautious here. I'm not trying to put myself in a position where my expectations are high and I end up being disappointed, you know? Like, I don't want that. So what I'm looking forward to is maybe just a little bit of information on Infinite, whether it be an actual release date or not, who knows, but we will just have to see. I haven't been on live. I haven't been on my channel in like a week or so. So it's been a little bit of time, but I'm glad to be back. I've been busy. Actually, I have a very cool video, an announcement coming up, and that announcement has to do with the level that I've been working on in Unreal Engine 4, a fully explorable Halo Infinite level, which should be fun for you guys. But if you're in here, say what's up in the chat. And I have two questions. When do you think we'll get the next flight? And what do you think we're gonna see in the Gamescom showcase? Dude, I miss this flight so much. Just looking at this gameplay, I miss it so much. And this is gameplay from MK Ice and Fire. The bots were like really good. Hype in the chat. All right, what's up, Bento? What's up, everybody? Yeah, we'll see how this live stream does. Like I said, I haven't really been live in a bit, but thank you guys for being here. Next flight in October. I personally think that the next flight is this weekend. I think it's coming up this weekend, or earliest. Well, it's either this weekend or first weekend of September. But I always like to think that the flights come out with the Inside Infinites. You know? That's what I like to usually base my predictions on, because I feel like it makes sense. I don't know if it's going to be in October, though. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's probably info about the flights this weekend or the coming next weekend. And they seem like they were still unsure about the release date. Yeah, you know, the reality is you might not even get a release date. I personally think, to be honest with you, I don't think that we're going to get a release date. I know that might be upsetting for some people to hear, but I don't think we are. I think what we're going to get is some information maybe about the upcoming flights, just to get more people involved. But if we do get any type of information about a release date, we'll probably get a little bit of campaign footage, like a little trailer or something. So we'll just have to see. I'm expecting middle of or end of September. I'm hoping it's this weekend, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Yeah.
I don't know if I can put up fucking 40.
I think it might. I think it might. So I don't think we're getting a release date today. Yeah, me neither. I don't think so. But I know my title it says release date, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, but looking at this footage from the flight, I mean, this game feels solid on the multiplayer side. It really does. What's up to everyone in chat and concurrent viewers right now? Thank you guys for being here. What's up, Ohana? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? So basically, what we're doing is I'm just watching some some flight gameplay, hoping for some campaign footage today. By the way, my expectations are not very high. A lot of people are wanting a release date, and I'm just hoping that the release date talk that people have been, pushing back and forth is not going to set them up for disappointment, right? But we'll have to see. I'm still going to love the game based off the flight, but I'm pretty flustered about Forge. Yeah, all right, so actually, I never made a video about this. I'll tell you guys kind of my thoughts about Forge right now. I didn't want to make a video on it immediately. Probably do it after Gamescom or something like that, Gamescom. But my whole opinion on Forge is that I know this Forge is going to be incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. So I'm not necessarily too worried about the delay. Is it disappointing? Of course it's disappointing. But I'm not going to sit here and totally blast 343. That's not my thing. I understand. I know a lot of the devs there. I understand the stuff that has gone through, with that whole development cycle. So I'm not that flustered about Forge as much as I think people would think I am, because I'm called Infinite Forges online. But I will say that overall it's gonna be impressive when it comes out. So I'm not necessarily concerned about the delay itself. I'm really not. People are gonna love it, and it's gonna keep the game active, and it's gonna help the longevity of the game for many, many years to come. But only thing I guess I would be concerned about is if if the player base drops off within the first 6 months, and for whatever reason Forge and all that, it doesn't impress the community as much. I don't know. There's so many things that could go wrong, but I think the upside to this is from a business perspective with the whole live service model, is that if people do drop off in interest in the first few months of Infinite, launching Forge and launching co-op, progressively as the game goes on after release is a good way to be able to get people back in, and it'll keep them a part of always wanting to return to Infinite. So I don't know. I see it as a potentially positive thing, where the live service model could improve retention over time. I mean, from a gaming perspective, not great, but from a business perspective, it's phenomenal. So it is what it is. But I'm beyond stoked for the game. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very excited for what's to come. We've got about 20 minutes, 24 minutes until it goes live. So it should be good. Focus on the positives. We are getting Infinite this year. Well, that's what I talked about on Twitter. I basically said on Twitter, guys, we're playing Infinite this year. We have a lot to look forward to. And that's just my opinion. Like, I'm not one to really focus on the negative. I'll critique when it's important to critique and, give my criticism. But it's also important just to be positive and understand that we're getting a brand new Halo game this year, and it's very fun to play. Johan says, also, it's it's been how many years of development with no ROI? They need to start getting some. Yeah, they need to get a return on investment. So they need to push it, and they need that to happen. So I totally understand that. Hey man, how's it going? I'm glad to see more people checking out your channel from stream to stream. Yeah, no, it's been fun, dude. It's been a lot of fun. We got 14 people in here right now. I know you guys love the Unreal Engine live streams that I do, so I'm probably going to be doing more of those pretty soon. Like I said, I finished my first actual level, and that's going to be released fairly soon. It's going to come sooner than later, and yeah, it may be a very exciting couple weeks ahead of us as Halo fans. I'll just let you guys know that right now. Possibly. But I'm going to be releasing this level for you guys fairly soon, and be able to enjoy it and check it out for yourself. If you haven't seen it, you could probably look at my past live streams and just check it out and see whatever you need to see about that. But I built a fully explorable space in Unreal Engine. Took a lot of time. It was about a couple months, but it was So much fun. Learned so much during that process as well. All right, let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we get some different gameplay. Hold on one second. Let's see. Actually, we'll just listen to some Halo music from General Kid. All right, so yeah, flights for Forge sometime between launch and when Forge comes out. I would love that. Absolutely would love that. Just sad I can't play co-op with my fam. Well, it's 3 months in, you'll be able to do that. I know it's not the best news ever. I'm sorry. I wish it was different, but it just seems to be the way it is, man. I think they're going to have the Halo 5 effect of such little development during the initial drop, then lose player retention to the cause repetitiveness of the small amount of playing options. I hope not. I hope not. I know this is a Halo related, but came back from the Bungie stuff, dude. Oh wait, hold on. Destiny 2. Let's what is it? It's Destiny 2. Hold on one second. Let's see. Destiny 2. Let's look at this real quick. I'm just gonna type in Destiny 2 new. Oh, so this is it. This is the reveal trailer. All right, let's check this out.
Truth is a funny thing. Does it live in the world?
This looks interesting.
Or in the mind? Is it constant? Or can it be bent?
Dude, Destiny's art is incredible. Always.
Who decides what is true? In this universe of light and dark, there is no greater power. Tell me, little lights. What is your truth now?
Yo, that looks kind of wild. That looks really crazy. Sheesh. Let's check out Hidden Xperia stream. Let's see what he's doing.
God, I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah.
Woody Jones, thanks for the $10, dude. Thoughts on a foreigner?
I'm gonna say what's up to him real quick.
Where you play as a young warrior servant, I think that would be awesome. Also, there's no way the precursors wiped out. No, they return.
I'm just gonna say, hope you have a great stream.
Go and read the book Point of Light. Just go and read that. Thanks for the $10, dude. And I agree. I think that would work.
Yeah, so Hidden Xperia. New games coming out around the same time. Yep.
I think that entire war would play out better as an RTS game or a horror game. I mean, horror is the obvious one. If we never get a Halo horror game, it will be such.
All right, let's go to Gamescom. Let's just check this out. We'll go to IGN and watch this. Gamescom. Let's see. What are we gonna watch? Yeah, IGN. Is it this one? Yeah, this one's good. All right, so we got 19 minutes until it starts. So let's see. Yeah, but Destiny 2, that looks amazing. My brother actually hit me up about it yesterday, and he was curious if he and I could play. So I think I'll take him up on that later on today. Dude, this game right here looks incredible. I've never played the flight simulator, but the graphics on this is just. think about where video games can go in the next few, coming years. It's kind of nutty to think about, Let's turn the music up a little bit. All right, yeah. So, okay. What questions we got? Am I a fan of Flight Simulator? I've never played it. It definitely looks interesting though, and as someone that's traveled a lot, I don't know if you guys knew this about me or not, but I've traveled 24 countries. I've seen a lot of the world, and to have something like this would be really, really cool. So I might jump into this. I've got a fairly large computer, or sorry, a desktop screen. It's like 49 inches or so. So if I made this thing like widescreen and just played Flight Sim, I think that'd be a pretty immersive and fun experience. But let's see. I understand that this will be their main focus. I, for one, still play a lot of MCC and Halo 5, but I think a large part of the gaming community won't stick with a game with fewer options, especially with other games coming out. Well, I mean, honestly, I just hope that that's not the case. I hope that people give it a shot, and from what I've seen, I'm not going to talk about this, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, the game's going to release with a good amount of content. It's going to be good. So let's see. Bungie announced crossplay in Destiny 2 as well. Dude, no way. Oh, well, that's great because now I could actually play with him, my brother. I've been to like 5 countries. Dude, traveling is traveling, man. If you got the ability to go see places, go. I mean, 5 countries is good. You'd be surprised it's more than most, But visited several times the same one. Well, that's good, man. At least you travel a lot. So, Mr. Abrams, you think they'll have a Halo spin-off in the lifespan of Halo Infinite? I imagine they'll probably have other games within Infinite as a platform. I don't doubt that. Not at all. By the way, is the music in the background annoying? Or can you barely hear it? Because, yeah, Flight Sim, dude, this looks kind of crazy. How did they get everything so perfect? Did they just take pictures of the world or something and then turn it into a game environment? Like, how do they get the actual world to look like that? And from what I've heard, it's pretty spot on, right? If not exact, of certain locations in the world. That's kind of nuts. You think they'll have all right, I read that. Let's see. Yeah, the Destiny 2 trailer looked sick. But personally, what I think we're gonna get for Halo today, hopefully, is something. I really hope it's something. If it's not, it's not. Totally fine. But I think people are maybe setting their expectations a little bit too high, but it would be amazing if we saw some type of like, I don't know, small campaign trailer, something showing Chief shooting some brutes or something. Like, show me something like that. Just something for us to chew on. Google Earth rendering? Oh, okay. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I can't imagine how difficult it must be to actually create a game like this, though. Definitely not an easy task, I don't think. Say we got less than 15 minutes to go until it starts up. I've been to like 5 countries. Okay, so how many countries have you guys been to? Anyone that's watching this right now? I've been to 24. Been blessed to do that. I think one of my favorite places in the world is Europe. I love it. It's Halo. We always set our yeah, we do always set our expectations way too high, but I mean, I guess that's okay, man. It's part of the hype, regardless, we're gonna get a game this year that we'll be able to play, and to me personally, that's enough. Like, I'm happy with that. I'm totally happy with that. We'll have a lot of gameplay to share, and I'm actually curious, what do you guys want to see from this channel moving forward with the delay of Forge? I'm interested. Do you want to see more Unreal Engine stuff? Do you want to see more you know, MCC stuff. I'm curious what you want to see. Do you want to see just gameplay? You want me to do streaming of gameplay every single week? Like maybe 2 to 3 times a week? Maybe possibly if I could do it daily at night. I'm pretty busy. That's why I really haven't been posting a lot, but... Let's see. Oh, dude, and also, yeah, I heard about this, that the Halo and Destiny crossover, like, is that a real thing? Like, is that a real thing? Because that would be really cool, man, if they did that. Like, really cool. Yeah, but, hold on one second. I'm just checking on a few things. Let's see. Okay. Campaign. Only other country so far. Would love to travel more, though. I hope you do, man. I hope you do. Unreal stuff is cool as well. Someone says do campaign. Creed says that. Yeah, no, I'll be doing a lot of Infinite specific content. Like, we'll be streaming gameplay all the time, covering the Battle Pass, covering campaign. We'll do the Unreal stuff as well. But really, honestly, what I'm happy about is the fact that I actually get to release the project that I've been working on. So. They have a marathon armor in the 30-year... But you don't know with Halo? A marathon armor? Where'd you see that? What's that about? Actually, let's go to Halo Infinite. Let's do Halo Infinite gameplay. We'll check out Hidden Xperia stuff. Is it just... No, hold on. Alright, so Bazaar. Dude, absolutely loved Bazaar. It's probably one of the... Like, a lot of people said these levels felt pretty standard or boring. I didn't think so. I think they had a lot of storytelling in them, and they were a lot of fun. But Infinite in general, man, I have not been able to play a Halo game since playing Infinite. Like, it's hard. It's actually difficult to jump back onto MCC or Halo 5 and do stuff. Like, it's kind of difficult. I don't know if you guys feel the same way or not, but I kind of do. I mean, look at how smooth this is. This makes me happy as a Halo fan. The multiplayer looks like so much fun. You looking forward to anything else on the live stream? Yeah, man. Are we supposed to be getting some Destiny news during this as well, or no? By the way, if you guys could leave a like on the video, it helps out the live stream. I would really appreciate it. The only thing I didn't like was how restricted the pathways were. Like, you could be trapped in the bases pretty easily. What, specifically on Bazaar? Because I kind of agree with that. I kind of do, yeah. But yeah, man, the way that the BR sounds, whew. I mean, Bazaar is, it's a fun level. Aesthetically, I think it's gorgeous. And you know me, I'm like an aesthetic guy, right, with everything that I build. So, let's see. The only thing, alright, I read that. Let's see. Yeah, dude, and the thing is, I played on Xbox One S as well. It's because I actually got into the, PC flight as well as the Xbox flight. And like both of my console and PC got... See, that's what I don't like right there. Is that when you actually grapple, you can get blocked by like an invisible wall. I don't like that. But I got it both in PC and on Xbox, and I played on Xbox One S, and it worked perfectly fine. I had no issues. PC gave me trouble for whatever reason. Yeah, ripped all the chickens on this map, absolutely. Personally, I felt the flow of the gameplay was just incredible. It really was. I set my expectations very low, though, so I don't know. I thought this game had great flow, and it just honestly felt amazing. Bizarre was designed for CTF, so we didn't really get to play it with the intended gameplay for it, or game type for it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me share this stream out real quick to my community before we get started, because I think it's starting any second now. But let me get this out to some people. What'd you guys think of the Ravager? Did you like it? I'm just gonna streaming Gamescom. Come hang out. Yeah, dude, when I finally got to play this map, especially after all the crazy stuff I've done on Halo 5 trying to remake it or like pre-make it, it was fun to finally play it. You didn't know how to grapple on Xbox? It's pretty easy. I was shocked when I shot a chicken. Did you like scare yourself that you could actually kill it? This game just feels so smooth. Weapons such as the Ravager and Heatwave felt very inconsistent. I'd rather use a sidekick over them. Yeah, I mean, not saying... I really actually didn't have fun with them, to be honest with you. But they're definitely interesting weapons. The other thing that I didn't like about the weapon sandbox is the pulse carbine. I was not a fan of that at all. The one thing I miss is the Spartan saying "over yonder." Like literally every every few seconds you would hear that. You know. I'm kind of scared of like sharing my stream to Twitter, because if we don't get any type of Halo news, people are gonna be like, haha, but it's whatever. I think we are. I think we're gonna get something. Yeah, I kept misfiring this weapon right here, the pulse carbine. I just did not have a good time with that weapon. Let's see how Hidden Xperia actually used it here. He did a good job, actually. It's like a weapon that you have to lead your shots with. It's just, it takes time to learn, that's all. It's not that it's a bad weapon. It's actually a great weapon because it lowers shields, and then if you pop them with a... If you use the pulse carbine and the BR together, it's a really good combination, actually. That was a sick grapple that he just did. Yeah, I felt like I did not that much damage either with the pulse carbine, but is what it is. Let's see. Okay, let's watch this. We got 3 minutes left, so let's go back to Gamescom, and we'll see what they're doing. We got 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Genau, weil ich eben herausgefunden habe, dass es.
Okay, so we got 4 minutes, and then we'll start it up. I was semi-good with the carbine. Dude, I was horrible with the carbine. I couldn't do it at all. Absolutely not. Kind of sucks, but... Oh, look, so her name is Paulina, and she cosplays in ODST. Do any of you guys do cosplay? I never got into that whole world. Big Boy says the VK Commando. wrecks. It absolutely does. You can go on so many kill streaks with that thing. Absolutely, you really can. It is hard to use only because what you have to do is you have to keep tapping the trigger. You can't hold the trigger down. You just have to consistently. You can't burst fire it. You just have to tap the trigger. Single shots. Pop, 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 pop. So that's kind of how it has to go down. Let's see. I think it's like a right trigger, left trigger is how you grapple hook. I think it was right trigger. I think that's how you do it. Yeah. Or right bumper, I think. Open to Master Chief dying and Locke becoming the main character. Bro, get out of here if that's what you want to see. I'm interested to see where where Chief goes. I'm very interested to see kind of what happens with that story long term. I'm working on a Titan costume from Destiny right now. It's almost finished. Dude, can you send me pictures of that? Because that sounds sick. All right, so last minute predictions for you guys. What are you expecting we see during Gamescom? I was hoping that we'd see Forge. I doubt we're going to see Forge at all, just because it's something that's been delayed for X amount of months. So for 6 amount of months. Also, it's made out of steel. Dude, no way. No way. Yeah, it is ban-worthy, but I'm not going to ban them. It's all good. Definitely want to make some AI props and such down the line. That would be really cool. Just bring me Team Majestic and Red Team. That would be sweet. I think the Spirit of Fire may be an Infinite. That would be so cool to see, huh? Yo, dude, they're showcasing Halo a lot. I know they're just talking about games in general, but are they specifically talking about Halo? What's going on?
Es macht mega Spaß. Es ist immer ein Erlebnis.
Hey, troopers. It's Gray from the 405th European.
Are
And
they
I'm here to tell you why I love Gamescom. But if you're into the new,
Yeah, listen to this.
new Xbox, or the upcoming video game releases like the new Halo, or if you're out, just
Bro, they're talking about Halo like crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get something for Halo. This would be really, really cool. It's because a lot of the people they're bringing up, I mean, maybe this isn't an indicator of anything, but I think that with how much we're seeing of Halo, we're probably going to see some type of big reveal. That, dude, I hope to God that's what we see. That would be so cool. But a reunion between Blue Team and Red Team, that would be interesting. Dude, you guys 3D print this stuff? It's crazy. He says, I just printed a life-size needler and plasma pistol. What? Like, that's crazy. It's hard to have an Xbox fan case and not mention. Yeah, it is hard. But what I'm saying is that I would be surprised if we don't get anything. They're talking about it a lot. They're showing it off a lot. It's one of the biggest games, if not the biggest. No, it is the biggest game coming out this year for Xbox. So, yeah. 1 minute Halo, 30-minute Jurassic Park World. Oh, so you think in the beginning we're going to get Halo right off the bat? All right, let's see. Are we starting up? All right, let's go. Alright, guys. The audio on this is weird. I'm going to go to IGN real quick. Hold on. Or GameSpot. Too much cosplay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? But let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm excited for this. This is going to be fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
How's the
We've got
audio,
so
by the
many
way,
great
everybody?
Game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light 2: Stay Human.
I hope Halo's here, man. I really do. Dying Light 2 seems like a super fun game.
Dying Light 2 lead game designer. And this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2: Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Who's excited for this game? Because I've never played a Dying Light before.
People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is.
Dude, the world art is sick.
Villador. They tell me they had a vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
He got mad about them calling zombies? What?
Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
This world looks sick.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
But I can't let that happen.
So many grapple hooks this.
Not yet. I need the secrets the city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
I have to pick a side.
The Bazaar needs good people.
I might play this one,
You're doing great.
because I never played the first one.
I have to make a difference.
Let's check and see.
They say that great change is a series of small gestures. How about this series?
What do you think about the gameplay so far? Do you guys like it? Or it's like, eh?
Is all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
That looks
And it's a
interesting,
very
but
unique design.
did it really stand
One
out to you
very
guys? I don't
important
know.
plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me. All those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some
What's
of
up,
them
Oni?
in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally.
It does look
brings
like a
whole new
button
fighting
smasher.
style
It
into the
does,
game.
a little bit,
The
yeah.
player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping of them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before.
Dude, the only zombies that I've really been into is like Flood, because Flood has such a unique take on zombies. It's not like a Dead Space or like a Dying Light. It's like the zombies actually make good use out of what they kill.
In fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
December 7th. That's interesting. I don't know, man. I'll give it a go.
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox Series X and S last month.
I agree. Flood and Half-Life has... Yeah, Half-Life and Flood from Halo are pretty solid.
And that's why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream. York, thank you for being here.
I have to give this one a go as well.
The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're really trying to push this game, from what it seems like.
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this World Update, I mean, at the beginning of the show...
Yeah, well, I've never played it before, so we'll have to see.
Flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps
Paris
us
seems like a cool dude, man.
Actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and
man, I'll tell you what. If you are like if your passion is flying, if your passion is being a pilot, this game is probably a godsend.
Region. So we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation, and we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you about all the...
Let's see, do you guys think Halo is going to be the middle or the end? Because Halo is something that people tune in for, and I can imagine that they would probably want to push it to the center of the showcase or to the end of the showcase if it's going to be a part of it. What do you guys think?
It's really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do, you actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer.
Yeah, if there's going to be anything at Gamescom, I think it's going to be at the end. I agree with you, big boy.
So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world not so much. But why not use the world updates to highlight this?
Yeah, but not gonna lie, I'm kind of bored of Flight Simulator. Like, I want to hear some more juicier news.
It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep.
Well, what's interesting about it potentially being at the end is that wasn't at E3, wasn't it in the center? It wasn't at the end or at the start. It was in the middle, from what I remember.
The Junkers, we worked with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers, and he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And then we
maybe we see like a Borderlands 4 from what people are saying here. People are looking at Battlefield 2042. Like literally everyone's talking about only 3 games, which is Borderlands 4, Battlefield 2042, and Halo Infinite. And a lot of people say that they're sleeping listening to this. But hey, you gotta give love to the people that have created this. It's impressive what they've done, but it's not the most exciting news, I guess.
These curators of planes, these are their babies, and they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes, and they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity. And we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future.
Yeah, dude, I'm not surprised about the Halo Destiny crossover. Wasn't that something that got leaked like a while back? Guys, I think it was, wasn't it? Because, yeah, you know, like, I'm going to play Destiny later on today with my brother, and if there's some Halo cosmetics in there, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be grinding that out.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association. And every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race, and we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth, and I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed.
Yeah, dude. People are very, very excited for those two specifically. All right, let's check it out. Calling this the danger zone. Let's go.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250.
Yeah, if you think about it though, 500 miles per hour is insane. But that was kind of anticlimactic, in my opinion.
Expansion we have since we launched.
But once again, everyone's got their thing, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to this, which is cool.
This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet. And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that will definitely test your pilots.
Guys, I got a question for you. Do you want me to stream some Destiny 2 as well? Some Destiny 2, some Halo Infinite? Like, do you want it all strictly Halo content, or do you want some other stuff as well? It's an interesting idea.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
Yeah, all right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream. We'll also talk with Wasteland 3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
And it's almost like what they have to do is they have to push all of this out first to then leave room for the, well, that's exactly what it is. They get rid of all or they release all the indie stuff, and then they talk about the AAA stuff later on.
I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into new borns again. Build a weapon, one that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all.
He's like, I want Halo only. Well, dude, I'm totally down to just do Halo, but Destiny 2, dude, that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And if there's Halo content in that, I'm going to be streaming Destiny 2.
They did it. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director. And
Halo.
We're gonna see what's next for
Halo.
Thieves. But now we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror.
So many grapple
Let's
hooks
dive
everywhere, dude.
Into the pit.
Into the pit. What is this? Do you guys know what this is? Never heard of this. This looks kind of insane. I really hope we see Halo, dude. Trust me, I'm with you on that. Into the Pit is what, like a Doom knockoff? It's kind of what it seems like. It looked cool though, definitely looked cool.
Well, I am here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgreen. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear it more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units.
Is this like a new game or something? Or what's going on with this?
Favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I gotta see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England,
More hype for those puzzle Game Pass games than the big ones.
Originating in 7th century.
Hey man, yeah, you know, I mean, they look cool. That's for certain.
Evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
You say glad to see more fast-paced FPS games? Yeah.
Attached to an axle.
Same here.
Which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone.
6 tons.
What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
What's up, Undergamer? How you doing? Yeah, we're chilling here. We're chilling.
Close to the counterweight, and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls,
It's crazy how humans come up with this stuff.
Sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile,
The original grapple hook, yep, pretty much.
They all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
I mean, it's definitely interesting to learn about this, that's for sure.
Burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies. Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Dead bodies, bro?
Did you hear that?
Humans are wild, I'll tell you that.
It was the
Really are.
trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
Age of Empires.
You know I'm gonna say trebuchet. Don't care, because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what we were going to do with Age of Empires 4, there's a phrase
All in designed to kill. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
To people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they traveled to all
this
of these
is
locations and all these different
what do you guys think about what we kind of saw? I didn't even know about this tool that we used back in the day.
How things really worked and how things were made, and it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and get all these and finally start.
It must be interesting to build a game off of something that you didn't actually live and making it, you know, exact. But I guess it's the same thing for sci-fi, right? Or similar.
Favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery. Okay. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about now.
It is true. Unfortunately, war is not something I like. I don't think anyone does.
Ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out once you shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on.
But dude, I just want to see Halo so bad. I really hope we see something. Really hope we do.
Armor creation, and there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys... Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research. And it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But, I mean, what was that approach
Can you
like
guys
to
not
sort of,
hear
sell going forward?
The audio?
Since
Can you guys hear it?
Such
Yes
a
or no?
unique in-game experience.
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun, and finding that middle ground has been
Launching
really
the Flood?
and,
That would be sick.
Every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh God, is it gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great. And it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned journey because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there.
Yeah, man, I like them.
Xbox
I like
Game Pass
RPGs
for
and all
PC
that.
as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing.
Halo Infinite Catapult? That would be nuts.
I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space.
Yo, I haven't heard anything
waiting
about
to patch,
Infinite so far.
and no buying
What are you
a
guys
new
thinking?
console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future.
If you guys need to get in touch with me, what you can do is you can reach out to me on Twitter, which is just Infinite Forges, or my Discord. But I would say just message me on Twitter. My link's actually below.
That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy.
Something tells me that it might not come either, but we're gonna wait it out and see anyway.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
The process itself to get into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
if my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send me an invite. It makes content just so much more accessible.
I really love the flexibility. It's awesome.
Everything that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of the limits of having to be on a specific platform.
I actually don't have a website, but the thing is, you can go join my Discord and then shoot me a message in general, and then we can kind of talk from there if that's what you want to do. You just reach out to me on Discord.
The Gen 8 customers, the Xbox One customers, to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play where they want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
We shall see what happens with Halo. I don't know if it's going to be there.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
This should be interesting.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right, you are.
Halo
Paris.
3 is
Let's
my
talk
favorite.
Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
The holy detonation is life. Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you. Set on a righteous path. The holy detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone. May the light of the holy detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
I've never played Wasteland 3. Have you guys? What did you think of it? Or Wasteland, just like the franchise in general?
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with inXile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th, but we know, inXile Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working nonstop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find 2 warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god.
Yeah.
And, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past, but this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up.
Did he
right?
just say he joined a
so
cult
you and your
in the
ranger
past?
team insert
Is
yourself
that what he just said?
right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steeltown, right?
Yeah.
You had giant robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight-up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Exile's modus operandi is if we're brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, really letting you get deep into this weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them and tell stories and maybe even join them.
Yeah.
And so for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. You meet him and he's like, hey guys, you should come in here and soak up some of these rads, it'll be great. And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took 20 cultists and you melted them into a big pile, kind of I would do this with a magnifying glass. I would melt army guys and G.I. Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand, and he needs a translator supposedly. But he's
Come on, dude, show me Halo.
And getting to build this totally out there, wild, extreme character was a ton of fun to write for.
But
it was a ton of fun to explore what makes this cult tick. And he's
apparently there's Halo content in Destiny now, which is kind of cool.
They're devolved cultists. There's one guy, and he kind of devolved into this vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real kill me vibe about him.
Halo has not been shown yet, no.
Themes that let us jackknife between sort of dark and serious and goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. A lot of really important stuff is at stake, but the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, Wasteland is the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with...
Yo, you guys caught that too, right? Paris basically said he was in a cult in the past, which is kind of funny. It kind of caught me off guard.
Characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this Work of Passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy
Detonation coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow, so get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see something, man. I hope.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom.
How long is this? It's like an hour long, right?
The best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves. And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands, into Sea of Thieves. And we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved. But if you head to Lorena at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event.
Looks like a McDonald's
today,
vote.
And it runs
Kind
through to
of,
September
yeah.
the 7th. So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Kind of does look like McDonald's a little bit. Not trying to hate on it. But someone did point that out, and I was like, okay, yeah, kind of. What is this?
Hope. It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley. But now, it's hope that brings us back together. It reunites old friends. It builds new bonds. And in the face of a growing threat, hope is the greatest weapon we have.
State of Decay.
Trumbull Valley.
Hopefully it's just a bunch of trailers from this point on.
Well, just like zombies
You can't sign into
themselves,
Waypoint?
it
What's
seems
going on?
everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wonder. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk
I
about
don't
the
play the
Homecoming
indie
update.
games, to be honest with
Obviously,
you.
we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
Guys, drop a like on the video if you could.
Heartland
I appreciate
is
it.
the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the 3rd part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on.
Why were you trying to log in?
Expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day. That works out great. But let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay
dude, I just want to see it.
Game Pass. How has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much.
Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate it.
One of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was
what do
one
I
of the
expect?
most requested features from the
I
community.
expect to see
which also
Infinite at
makes
some
it
point.
very
I hope
exciting
so.
for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That
really
is
grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at
Thank
Undead
you.
Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy Homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's disappointing news, but it is what it is. It's all good. We only have like a few minutes left, really, of this, so I'm not sure if we're going to see Halo, to be honest with you guys. Maybe. Hopefully. Some type of campaign and trailer release date thing.
In Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Strayblade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, Game Director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Strayblade. Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the two key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishes. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration.
No idea, man. No
Korea's
idea.
colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead, new foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights. We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
We will see what happens, guys. We will see what happens.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom.
I'll do it this weekend.
Twins, apparently.
Or sometime this week.
Yeah.
I'll do
It's
another
coming
map.
to Xbox as an
in Unreal.
adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed. He never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers, not swords. Only the small-minded measure success across the span of a single life. The real game is played across generations. You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies.
Crusader
We've all gotten into
Kings.
some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really is something special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts
Maybe Halo's
originally
even
came out,
tomorrow.
was a different
I mean,
time
aren't
for
there
gaming.
multiple
Most of the
days
biggest
for
games
this?
that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly
It's
turning
just this?
grimy,
Okay.
dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
psychic powers, he dived into your mind.
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern. And today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can't we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
When man do misfires, turns our world on its side. Only one man can save us. Mind reader.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Fire! Leave it to me.
Oh, so hold up. I heard this was actually 90 minutes, not just 60 minutes. So, how long has it been?
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because
I think we got time for Halo, man. I think we will see Halo. It's because usually, you know what? Like, hold on.
The meat circus level.
So usually when we hear from 343 that Halo will not be at the showcase, we usually hear that. We didn't hear that this time. So we probably could see something. So I heard that this is a showcase that's not 60 minutes, but actually 90 minutes. So we might be good here. I don't know. We'll see.
16 years. I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be a kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Lisette, let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we were really focused on how we could bring forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons, and I'm sure it's happening.
Pretty sure Halo is last.
What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they are definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. They are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. It energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is...
It's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers, which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect thoughts together, and he can connect two thoughts.
I've never actually played this game before.
To solve puzzles and to navigate in this game.
I've heard some interesting things about this, but I've never played it.
To change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time.
Have they been giving it high
reviews?
reviews? That's awesome.
Him to pull an archetype, a personality out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of the organization.
I think Halo has to be last. If it happens, I think it's going to be last.
Out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz
I haven't seen Unishek or anyone say anything yet.
Immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at the bottom.
Yeah, so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And
just
so
a big tease. Maybe we get nothing. I mean, trust me, I've tempered my expectations. I have.
Well,
but I'm
like
hopeful.
That. And of course,
I'm hopeful.
As you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can catch
they
more
didn't seem that excited.
Those burning questions about the newest game in the fan favorite franchise in our Xbox
But
Play
I wish them
stream
well.
Tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
What is The Gunk? What is that about?
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage. You have to be careful out there.
Dude, I just love looking at worlds, you know? Seeing what people have done aesthetically. I mean, I love it.
It's literally a paradise when the Gunk's gone.
It's God, like, this is actually a beautiful world. Pretty cool. Interesting. I like the world building though there. It's kind of neat. But do you pretty much just have to like clean up gunk from all over the universe? Is that what it is?
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast.
If I could create it in
Flight Sim
Forge,
is
I would.
Such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally
I have to wait till
letting
the
me
next
travel
one.
the world. But I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well, I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox, so make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on November 9th on Xbox console.
Yo, you should see the chat on IGN's, or what am I watching here? GameSpot's live stream chat is going off right now.
Switch over to our
It's kind of
Xbox
funny
Twitch
talking
channel
about the
to
Gunk.
see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
It's probably gonna look pretty sick. It's pretty incredible how far they'll go for marketing a controller, you know? It looks sick, though. It really does. I hope Halo has a controller, man. I really do.
Charlie here,
That would be
and
so
I'm
cool.
at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and people think that Mexico is just a desert or a beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
That's right. Even though it does have pretty awesome beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Yeah, dude, a banished controller would be sick. Gotta love cars, man. pretty cool, man. I look forward to
Now, those are two very different ways to explore Mexico.
Horizon 5.
So what I want
look
to know
forward
is
to it.
why
Sorry,
those two
there's a
cars were
dog
chosen
barking outside.
and
My bad
what
if you
players
can
can
hear that.
expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes-AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands,
a Craig controller,
that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes-AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Drop it like it's hot. Dude, Broncos are so sick. I love them. That looks phenomenal.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
See you on the other side!
Yeah, this looks awesome. I love it. It looks really cool. The environment looks incredible. It's incredible that they turn a racetrack into like an organic environment. Like they make it all look so seamless. It's pretty cool.
Making new friends, eh? You go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery.
Dude, I want this car in real life. The Corvette, new Corvette.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
I currently own a Mustang, one of the newer ones, and this car is sick.
So now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
Outtrack the storm. Sigue adelante. Keep going. Okay. There's no other way around. We've got to go through it.
Dude, forging race maps like this in Infinite would be nuts. If you could forge maps in Forza Horizon 5 like this, I'd be all up for that.
For the eye of the storm.
You'd be surprised my insurance is like not bad at all.
Okay, on my mark. 5, 4. 4 now, that's fine.
Flamingos!
This could get a little rough.
They got rid of all the other. They did all the other games. Now you're gonna start seeing triple A's.
911 Desert Flyer crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos!
Dude, it sounds sick. I love the sound design.
I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge.
That's wild.
¡Qué maravilla! You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going. This is the final drop. The whole festival is waiting.
These cars are incredible. I think I've seen this one, depending on what this is. Is this the, no, I haven't. I've seen some crazy cars in person. Just haven't seen this one yet.
And on the final leg, we have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of the sky.
This looks sick.
Eyes are on the superstar making their way to the festival right now. If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of your life. You hear that? Well, that is the last inbound cargo flight racing neck and neck with an AMG-1.
Guys, drop a like if you're excited for Forza Horizon 5. Yeah, that was a pretty epic showcase, not gonna lie. That was awesome. I'm sure they would have other parts of Mexico in there. Yeah, absolutely. Mexico City. So that was it. No Halo Infinite, from what it looks like. So, yeah, I mean, it's how it is sometimes, guys. I actually was telling people before, I was like, yo, keep your expectations low.
Well, that was absolutely incredible.
Wait, what's going on?
And I know I for sure will never get tired of
Hold on.
cars parachuting out of planes.
Did they just accidentally put the... Hold on a second. Did they just accidentally put the end of. I think they ended the stream early.
And have so much more content to cover, so please sit back and enjoy our latest episode of Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go live with Playground Games.
So that was so that was it?
So first, in case you missed it, we're going to be recapping the major
Was that the I think that was the entire thing. Yeah, I think so.
As well as taking a closer look at the Forza Horizon 5 limited edition Xbox wireless controller and the initial drive game.
I don't know what that was about. That was kind of weird.
Freshly announced cover cars for a bit of a spin and debut.
So it's over, right? Yeah, it's over.
As well as a few more cars along the way.
Yeah, it's over, right?
So, Mike
yeah,
and
so they're
Don,
just talking about
that was
Forza
all very, very
Horizon
exciting.
5 now.
But I think
yeah.
first of all, we need to talk a bit more about the controller because wow, what a statement! Can you tell us a little bit more?
I don't know if
about
that's
how
necessarily a good look
Yes,
for Infinite.
This
We'll
is
see.
it. This is the
There
Forza Horizon 5 limited edition.
But yeah,
Xbox
Forza
wireless
Horizon
controller.
5
I think
looks
it's full
insane.
title. Yeah, so it was probably around about over 18 months ago now, wasn't it? The hardware team approached us and said they really wanted
No,
to
Halo
limited edition controller
is
for
not
Forza
happening.
Horizon 5, and obviously we were like, yes,
absolutely.
I don't
we
think
really
it's
love how
happening.
come
No.
together. It just brings so much vibrancy and color. It just feels like it's a little piece of the Horizon Festival that's like plopped out of the screen and landed in your
I mean, I
lap.
could stay for
Loads of
until
cool features as well,
2:30
loads of little, like, kind of hidden
until they
Easter
end
eggs.
this.
Yeah, it's been great, right?
But hold
yeah,
on.
it's been awesome, and I think integrating the stuff that
Let's
we've
see.
seen in the initial drive with the powder explosions and the colors on the car on the cargo plane and whatnot. I mean, integrating that into the controller has been a lot of fun.
I think it's
And
90
for anyone
minutes,
else who
so maybe
pick up on
we'll
camera,
see.
But the controller is also translucent as well, which I get really nerdy over translucent.
I'm gonna check
controllers.
Twitter,
So I
see
just
what
wonder,
they're
in case
saying.
anyone missed that detail, it is, and there is an additional detail as well because it also comes with some exclusive car DLC, right?
It does. Yeah. So while we're on the translucency, it has a Forza logo inside it, and this thing down here is like brightly coloured.
I
so you
actually
can
missed
see
that,
it's
so thank you.
There you go. Should we roll the VT on the video? Yeah. So those people who purchase the controller will also get some exclusive
I think
DLC.
that was it.
That
Let me
is
go
the
check
Forza
some of the
Edition
other
Ford
streams.
Coupe,
real quick.
which
Let's
is
see.
this amazing car right here. It looks absolutely a real eye catcher, just like the controller. You can see the paint job on there as well. It's
Check out
inspired
Footed
by
Ghost
the controller, so it
and
will
Hidden Xperia.
it will match.
See
You
what's
can
going
match
on.
out the game and in the game.
Love it.
As we see here as well. Because it's got that exposed engine, it really takes advantage of all
Let's
the
see
ray
what
reflections
Hidden's
that we've got
doing.
going on here in Forza Vista. You do get a couple of other things as well. You get a character cosmetic and an emote, so that when you win
so
win
people
an
are going to
event
be
in
really
your
upset, man.
exclusive,
I've been
You can let people know you did
I've
have
been
the controller.
I've been talking about this for a minute.
You can really rub it in.
I was like,
now I know we
man, I
announced
think
it
people
on the
are-
Xbox show, but to confirm, when can people pre-order and get their hands on it?
I think people are setting themselves up for something wrong here. But yeah, they ended with Forza. So, I think that's going to be it.
Well, while you go do that, let's talk a little bit more about the initial drive gameplay, which we just saw, and is for
I guess they're looking. They're taking their time, but they said that it was coming this year. I think it's too late for a release date, though. Yeah, I mean, dude, they're really pushing it. You know. Yeah, they're really pushing it. I don't know exactly what they're doing with the release date. It's kind of interesting.
Into an an 8-minute run. So you see loads of the world, you see different cars, different driving experiences. It just gives you that real like buffet of flavors that the game will offer later on. Smorgasbord, yes.
Yeah, it was really a challenge to try to show as much as we wanted to show without showing everything and fitting in within the nice 8-minute time that we wanted for the initial trial.
I love it. So we're actually going to take a quick look back at the highlights of that gameplay in case you missed it. So let's take a look.
Yeah, this is really. It's kind of strange that they don't show anything about Infinite, right? Don't you guys think? But I will tell you that Forza Horizon looks sick. This does look awesome. So I'm posting on Yeah, Halo Twitter is gonna blow up right now. I just don't. I don't understand. I just don't understand. It's weird. Yeah, I don't really get what's going on over there, but I trust them. I trust them. You know, like I'm sure there's reasons for all of this that we don't understand, but just curious. That's all. I'm just curious. Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious when Halo's marketing actually starts. Like, when is this supposed to really begin? You know?
Start of the game. So you do your initial drive. After all the adrenaline floods through you after that.
Yeah, I'm just really curious. Like, when does it actually start? Yeah, people are gonna explode. Unfortunately, but they are. You know? I'm checking Twitter right now, and it's just.
I'm gonna say it 5 more times. You can count.
Right.
I feel like it. Just decided to add it.
Keep tracking the chat if colleagues for 5 more smokers.
Oh no.
So yeah, so these are the 3 cars you can choose from at the start of the game. First
All right, let's see what people are saying.
Chevrolet C8 Corvette. Car looks absolutely stunning. The insane.
Let's see what people are saying.
It is like a really great car to start the game. It allows you to go super fast. But it
So I'm going to Halo Twitter right now, and we'll see.
Next up we have the Ford Bronco, one of our cover cars.
We'll see what's going on. We'll see what people say.
And then a car that I would say needs no introduction, but we gave it a pretty cool introduction 2 weeks ago on the previous Let's Go stream. But yes, it is the 2020.
Duquesne says no. Hold on one second. Duquesne says so. No Halo Infinite. Dang, I just don't get why. Halo is Xbox's main title, and there has been barely any footage of the game, especially after last year's demo. I mean, that's true. There's barely been any real, footage, and it's kind of, for that reason, it's kind of strange. He says Forza Horizon is a big Xbox game, but they've had tons of footage. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. I need the Halo Discover Cope trailer ASAP. That's what Ubernick says. Who wants to bet that Halo Infinite is going to release on December 31st? At the end of the year is what Ian says, Halo Canon. There wasn't a single mention of Halo in that Gamescom stream. Yeah, it's really, really strange. And then Benji says, I'm legitimately stunned there is no Halo Infinite release date announcement during the Xbox games. Yeah, it's weird. Still have Geoff's show tomorrow, so hopefully then. Otherwise, I have no idea how long they were going to wait to date this. Yeah, I mean, it's literally 3 months away. It's strange. 343 really should have said there wouldn't be any Halo at Gamescom. They should have said that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Xbox didn't promise any Halo Infinite or Gamescom, but it felt like they were hinting at it. It did a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's important for all of us to temper our expectations, but that is what it is. Let's look at the latest tweets real quick and see what people are saying. Some of the people are saying this. I'll go to the top real quick. What is going on? So yeah, someone Jared Sanders says the fact that Halo isn't even mentioned so far is gravely concerning. Yeah, a lot of Will Johnson says Halo Infinite, this is a clear sign, no release date. Wow. Do we not get a blog on I'm just curious if we're going to get an actual Inside Infinite come the end of this month, right? Like that's what I want to see. I want to see something along those lines. I want to see something that's a bigger deep dive, maybe a BTB PvP flight at the end of this week, for the last weekend of this month. Something, but I just don't know from a marketing perspective how long they're able to push this if they're committed to holiday 2021. That's my only question. And I mean, yeah, you wasted your time if you were looking for Halo, and I mean, essentially, yeah, I was really looking forward to that. But we saw some really cool stuff in here, so you know, it is what it is. But man, I'm genuinely, honest to God, I'm actually confused as to why nothing is shown. Like, it's just strange. I mean, that's not me hating or anything. It's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah, I agree that they should have said something. They'd be like, there's going to be no new gameplay or anything at all. Let's see. Yeah, Halo Twitter is not really doing too hot right now. Not a lot of people are happy. Yeah, no, Footed Ghost basically just says, well, screw me. That was terrible. I feel so bad for my stream that watched. I was totally expecting Halo today. I'm sure we'll see something soon. Let's hope, you know. You know, and Dom says, way to piss away any hype, FNA. I love and hope and have supported 343 and still will, but holy blank, does this screw up the hype? I mean, it does. It does. You know, I'm relatively a pretty positive person, but this is not a good look. You know what I mean? So Camaro says, I'm so disappointed, to be honest. Once again, 343 fails to be transparent with fans. I don't know, man. You know, we'll have to see. No marketing because they delayed all the features into next year, but not the game. So I don't believe they wait until December 31st. I mean, dude, you have to, if it's launching within the next 3 to, you know, before the end of the year, then you have to start marketing. I mean, I would imagine sometime soon, right? I mean, that's what I imagine. So yeah, Danny GG, we'll see, man. We shall see. Halo is maybe coming out in November, most likely. I can't believe there's no marketing or even a release date yet. No, I can't believe it either. But you know, I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on over there. I have no idea, but we shall see. Yeah, the cosplay really threw me off. There's like a bunch of people in the beginning. It kind of seemed as if they were leaning into Halo for this, but I guess Forza, you know, took the spot here. Is there something happening tomorrow potentially? I mean, do you guys know anything about that? I wasn't really expecting anything either. You know, I you know, my thumbnail was a hopeful one, but yeah. Let's see. I wasn't expecting anything, but I am confused about the community manager not saying anything at all. I wonder what's going on. It's not a massive deal, but it is confusing. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm saying. I think it's confusing. That's all. It's just confusing. I wasn't really expecting like some huge showcase today or anything like that for Infinite. I'm expecting a flight soon. That's what I'm expecting, but I'm not expecting anything along the lines of like it's a massive reveal. You know, I put in the thumbnail reveal and news because I was fairly certain that's what people wanted. That guy just jumped off of his bike and wingsuited. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so anyway, we'll have to see. It wasn't on their schedule. I'm sure the marketing teams knows when they're going to put something out, but there's just a lot of back and forth, most likely, just discussing, okay, how are we going to approach this? When are we going to put out actual, you know, a release date and whatnot? There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we just don't understand. And we'll probably get some news tomorrow, maybe. You know, it's just about kind of understanding that you don't understand what their actual plans are. And for me, I'm pretty trusting in that. But I think the thing that was the issue today is that people set their expectations really, really high, and they essentially have set themselves up for being disappointed. I went into this not expecting anything, but very hopeful, right? That's the difference. Is Season 8 for MCC dropping tomorrow? If that's the case, maybe you get some news tomorrow with like an Inside Infinite sometime this week, and then hopefully the flights soon after that. Coughs in tomorrow. So yeah, a lot of people are A lot of people are saying maybe it's tomorrow. Who knows, dude? I mean, I'm you know, Halo. So here's a good take from, well, I think it's a good take. We'll see. From Late Night Gaming, he says, Halo didn't really promise to be at Gamescom, so I'm not too let down. Me neither. I feel the same. The game just needs to win after the announcement of modes and features not making release. Been on a dark few days for Halo fans. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, you know, tomorrow, if they have stuff tomorrow, I you know, who knows? You know, I wasn't, but yeah, I think people just were expecting too much, in my opinion. You know? I mean, I hope they show it soon. That'd be amazing, guys. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to go on this negative rant and stuff. Like, to be honest, I'm just happy we get to play the game this year, and that's that. They have to release it at some point, right, when it comes to the release date. So I'm sure that'll be sooner than later. Yeah, expectations, by the way. Danny, I'm in a group chat with all of you guys, and a lot of you guys were like, I'm not saying this is wrong, right? People are hyped, and I hope they keep the hype up. But, you know, a lot of people were expecting something that was not promised or even hinted at all, really. So it is what it is. But, yeah, Big Boy says it's a massive bummer. I mean, you can't blame people for expecting Halo because they go quiet for so long. Yes. But I would imagine it would be sooner than later, you know? I think it would be sooner than later regardless. So we'll see. We shall see. I know that what I'm going to do right now is I'm probably going to go get some food, continue on with my day. I'll do more live streams soon. If you guys want me to do MCC content, I can do that. If you guys want me to do Unreal content, I can do that. Let me know. And people are complaining about marketing now. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, marketing is, I mean, they've really have pushed this off into the last minute, but once again, who knows? They could leave the marketing, you know, up until the last 2 months, last 30 to 60 days. You know, I wouldn't be surprised by that. But I only had expectations of a possible release date or just 343 to talk about something. But I'm happy with what we get. You know, yeah, I'm happy that we get to play the game this year. I mean, they seem as if they're dead set on that and that they're interested in really following through on that. So that's a good thing. Danny says, I know things weren't promised, but Halo is objectively Xbox's largest IP. For them to show nothing is deeply concerning, Danny says, especially after last week's bad news. Yeah, but apparently people are saying tomorrow there might be some news. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow you get some Halo news. You know, I'm not stressing too much about it, to be honest. It's a unique roadmap, that's for sure. But, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of factors that came into why it's so goofy and not really, or why it seems to be so goofy to us. Keep in mind, we are not in the studio. We are not in Microsoft. We don't know what the plans are and what a lot of the back end stuff has done to delay or progress certain aspects of the marketing, you know, but we'll just see. We'll just have to see. Expectations were low, but to show zero is an L, is what Danny says. Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see. We're just going to have to see. Hey, did you see Destiny Halo crossover picture? Yeah, dude, if there's a Destiny crossover, I will absolutely jump on Destiny. I'll be all over that, man. You guys say you want the Unreal streams? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go get some food. Then we will continue the content moving forward. I'm pretty sure they're going to show something tomorrow. If they don't, then I don't know when they're going to show it, but it is what it is. Like, I can't really complain about this. I'm just truly happy to even get a new Halo game soon. Dude, I'm always an optimistic dude. Like, I can get hit with a lot, but yeah, you know, overall, I'm just grateful that we got people out there building a new Halo game for us. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. I feel like the Twitch copium emote right now when it comes to Halo. That's what Cinema says. So, alrighty, guys. Hey, listen, I won't do a live stream tomorrow, but if there is any Halo content tomorrow, then I'll cover it there. Posted a picture of the crossover. It's supposed to come out in December. That is sick. Awesome. If that's the case, then if marketing for Destiny and Halo are together, then you would imagine that maybe late November, early December is probably when Infinite's coming out, around that time, right? To get the two audiences to kind of cross over with each other. So, yeah. I think that'll be sweet. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, well, no stream tomorrow, but I will certainly cover the video, right? If there's any video or any content that is released tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll absolutely do an Unreal stream, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for being with me. I feel so bad that we weren't able to see any Halo content, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.